Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning into our show and for your continued support. Ladies and gentlemen, the scramble for Mount Kenya votes has reached fever pitch and it has taken a new twist, with Gachagua fighting it out with William Samoei Ruto. Rigathi is fighting it directly and he has taken the battle to the leaders, the very few leaders who are still supporting William Ruto in the mountain. And William Ruto is fighting through proxies to try and salvage what he believes remains the very little support that he can get. And I have realized that the Ruto team, especially the broad-based government, are building, mountains out of molehills. And William Ruto has just refused to face the reality that Mount Kenya is gone. William Ruto has refused to accept that it was a very, very big mistake to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. Now, recently, William Samoei Ruto sweet-talked the former Baringo Senator, Gideon Moi, and they had a handshake and they are now working together. Of course, just the other day, William Ruto told us that since he ascended to power, he has talked to all the dynasties, Raila Amolo Odinga, Gideon Moi, and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And when Rigathi Gachagua saw that move where Gideon Moi decided to put his ambitions aside and support William Samoei Ruto, he was like, why are our leaders not seeing what is happening? Because before that, Buzeki, the former Uasin Gishu gubernatorial candidate, also switched to Ruto's camp. And Rigathi was telling his people that let us read the signs on the wall, that Ruto is busy uniting his team, his tribesmen, while when he attempts to unite Mount Kenya so that they can speak with one voice, other leaders are still being used to divide that region. And he singled out the Kirinyaga governor, Anne Waiguru, and the Embu governor, Cecil Mbarire, who are still working with William Samoei Ruto. And on that, Rigathi was wondering, are these leaders blind?
Wewe gavana Waiguru, wewe Karinda, kwani nyinyi hamna akili? Ruto wako pale anaunganisha jamii yake ya Leftovale ndio aweze kutafuta uongozi. Mimi nasema hapa tuungane. Si mimi niungane na Martha Karua? Si tuungane Jadu Muturi? Si tuungane na Linturi? Huyo si mwerevu. Sasa huyu Karinda, huyu wa hapa Embu, ndio anatumiwa na Ruto. Sasa tumetoka Runyenjes. Huyu Karinda alikuwa ametupagia fujo. Amelipa vijana ati wapiga Rigiji. Ati anasema yeye ni gavana wa Embu, ati Rigiji asikuje Embu. Hapa ni kwake. Karinda ni one term si one term. Karinda ni one term si one term. Ni musaliti si musaliti. Wewe Karinda umeuza watu ya Embu kwa Kasongo.
Now, the broad-based government has taken this and they've blown it out of proportion because the context is very crystal clear. Rigathi mentioned it very, very openly that he is only but uniting his people just like William Ruto is doing it. Now, the broad-based team is now saying that Rigathi has got no respect to women parliamentarians and women leaders, and they are calling out Gachagua to respect other leaders.
I want to tell this one, Munyoro. You keep on telling us that you love and respect your wife, and yet you show bitterness. You direct all your bitterness to other women leaders who are also people's wives. Governor Waiguru is a leader and someone's wife. True or not true? True. Governor Cecil Mbarire is a leader and someone's wife. True or not true? True. Governor Wanga is a leader wife. True or not true? Gachagua. Gachagua. You told us that you are not bacteria and you are not a virus. I want to ask you, when you went during your impeachment and you went to hide in Karen Hospital, were you a bacteria? Were you a virus? And if you continue to disrespect women leaders, the women of this country will come for you. Don't tell me what they are going to do to you, but they will come for you, Gachagua.
Now that is Rosa Buyu, a leader from Nyanza. And because they are now in broad-based government, she's now on the front line, defending Cecil Mbarire and Anne Waiguru. And she's trying to say there that Rigathi has got no respect to women. Let me ask you, is this the first time Rigathi Gachagua has singled out a leader from the mountain and picked a war with them because they are not in his camp? I remember Eric Wamumbi, who is the current member of parliament of Madira constituency, just, where Rigathi is coming from. I remember Rigathi is not seeing eye to eye with the majority leader, Kimani Chungwa. And when Rigathi called them out, I never saw them whipping the emotions of men, telling us that Rigathi has got no respect to the male parliamentarians. So they are trying to whip the emotions of our ladies and trying to, rally them against Rigathi Gachagua. Now that is not enough. Today, Anne Waiguru organized a PR kind of demonstration that women are raged by the sentiments and remarks by Rigathi Gachagua over the weekend, and they were trying to demonstrate. And when you look at them, you realize that these are disparate efforts.
Na sisi kama wamama tuko hapa kama tumekasirika sana. Tumekasirishwa na Rigathi Gachagua. Wamonyoro, tunataka kukwambia hivi Wamonyoro, vile unajiita, ujue hapa sio Wamonyoro. Hapa ni Kirinyaga, na Kirinyaga iko na wenyewe. Tafadhali tunakuomba kwa heshima, hatutakutukana vile ulitusi mama yetu, lakini twakuomba kwa heshima, achana na mama yetu kabisa. Na ujue kuanzia leo vile ulifanya pale jana, leo tunakuonya usiwahi rudia tena.
Tunaungana hapa kwa ajili ya kuhuzunika sana kwa sababu ya gavana wetu Waiguru kutukanwa na mtu. Na uwezi ukatukana mtu akiwa kwake nyumbani. Inawezekana kweli? Haiwezekani. Tunakuja hapa kukataa, kusema gavana wetu Waiguru apewe heshima ambaye inafaa. Kwa sababu gavana wetu Waiguru atukani mtu hata kwa siasa. Mnyasikia Waiguru akitukana mtu. Kwa hivyo wale wanatukana Waiguru wakome kumtukana.
Let us face the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Rigathi Gachagua is doing what William Ruto has done, and William Ruto is still trying to do it, to ensure that Rift Valley speaks in one voice. Raila Amolo Odinga has done the same. Kalonzo is doing the same. All these other leaders are doing the same. And I don't understand why it is good for Raila or Ruto to unite their people. But when Rigathi Gachagua states it carefully that I want our people to speak with one voice so that as we go to the negotiating table, we will be speaking as a team, then it becomes a crime. This is a clear battle, a political war between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. And William Ruto has orchestrated this war, and it is a supremacy battle because he just doesn't want to accept that Rigathi Gachagua is not Uhuru Kenyatta. You know, Uhuru was such a very polite fella. And so he allowed William Ruto to do whatever he was doing. And William Ruto ran away with Mount Kenya. Before Uhuru knew it, UDA had painted that area yellow. Now, Rigathi Gachagua learned very closely in the footsteps of William Samoei Ruto. And he says he went there without a party, thinking that they had a cordial relationship, only for Ruto to betray him. Now, he leapfrogged William Ruto and told him to his face, I'm going to unite our people. William Ruto thought it was a joke. William Ruto thought that maybe Kithure Kindiki and Kimani Ichung'wah would help, that it is too little, too late for him. And this kind of demonstrations are only meant to, these are political survivals, because there are three things at stake. Number one, some of these governors like Susan Kihika, Cecil Mbarire, are still going to try to retain their seats in 2027. But the environment there, the political environment, is very slippery because they have lost touch. Kasongo is very unpopular now, and they are staring at their defeat. Just like Kasongo is one term, so is such governors like Kihika and Cecil Mbarire. And that is the song that Rigathi Gachagua is singing. So they are fighting for their political survivals. As to whether they will succeed, I don't know, because the train has left. That is the reality. I will repeat here that every region has a kingpin. That is the kind of politics that we are playing. A very delicate kind of politics where we follow our de facto leaders very blindly. We allow them to choose for us leaders. Leaders are given direct tickets, and they say loyalty and fidelity to the party is very paramount. Go to Nyanza, they will tell you when Raila says left, we go left. When he says east, we go, where right, we go right. Right now, those who subscribe to the political ideologies of Rigathi Gachagua, they are saying when Rigathi says left, it is left. Ukambani, Kalonzo says right, it is right. In Rift Valley, Ruto says left, it is left. That is the kind of politics that we play. And so anybody who is going to board another train that is not headed by Rigathi Gachagua in the mountain, you can take it to the bank. That person is lost. He or she is one term. So Cecil Mbarire can as well count herself out. But they have to try hard and salvage. I know you cannot have 100%. There must be two people, the relatives who are enjoying, maybe people who have been employed in their offices, the office of the governors. At least we'll have some 2-3 people who still like the leadership, the current leadership, and they will vote for Mbarire and for William Ruto. So they're trying to salvage. They have to fight it to the end so that in the unlikely event that William Ruto succeeds in retaining his seat, then maybe they can be appointed. But Ruto is waging an unnecessary battle here. It is gone. Gone forever. It will never come back. The idea of trying to weaponize women emotions, that this is a war between Rigathi and women parliamentarians and leaders, can never work. It has backfired because the context was very clear that he is trying to unite his people, yet there are leaders who are still being misused by Kasongo to divide their people. That was it. He has said it not only against Mbarire, not only against Waiguru, but he has said it on other leaders, about leaders, male leaders like the majority leader, Kimani Chungwa, Kithure Kindiki. I remember Rigathi has been calling Kithure Kindiki mtu wa soprano. And I've never seen people demonstrating that, you know, he's disrespecting male leaders. So let us not build a mountain out of a molehill. Let people compete based on policies. Wacha Rigathi akae pale aseme mimi, this is what I offer you as the people of Mount Kenya. Naye akina Waiguru pia waseme Waiguru is finishing her term, so there's no problem. But Cecil Marire, try to convince your people. Waambie hata kama Gachagua anapiga kelele, this is what I've done for you, please give me another chance to complete some of this. But even in her own heart, she knows very well that this is gone. There is no amount of political machinations and theatrics that can reverse what has happened in the mountain. Just like they supported William Ruto 99%, they have left William Ruto 99%. Whenever there is a change in life, people have got two stages. That stage of denial, you are still trying to internalize, and then you come back to your reality and you accept. I don't know which stage William Ruto is, but I know he has come to the realization that Mount Kenya is gone. He has come to the realization that Kithure cannot help him. He has come to the realization that no more hoodwinking in the mountain. And so that is why he went for Raila Amolo Odinga. But that alone, it has also dawned on him that that will not help him. And so Kasongo is in trouble. I don't know who will save Kasongo.